Well, Senator Joni Ernst was the first woman ever elected to Congress from Iowa, but certainly not the last. Since winning her first election 7 years ago, many more have followed. Local 5's Sabrina Ahmed sat down with her to talk about her historic role and to address the COVID-19 pandemic, starting with the disproportionate impact it's had on women. 2 million women have left the workforce in the last year to care for their children.
With schools not being open and the challenges that brings and making sure their children are being educated, when we have child care centers that have closed because there aren't enough children attending their facilities, it fell on moms to step back from their work activities and take over that role. Now, women are also impacted because many of them are in the service industry, working in restaurants or hotels or other types of venues that have been closed.
Of course, this relief package was just signed by the president. Not getting into the politics of the good, the bad, and the ugly of it, I want to talk about how this is going to help mothers. How will this directly impact women and allow them to get back to work if that's what they want to do?
So many of our small business owners they're women owned. They employ other women in those small businesses. And so providing a path forward within the Paycheck Protection Program was one way we were able to focus on making sure that women had access to that capital to pay their employees, keep their doors open, and that was continued on in this latest COVID package. You know, there are individual supports that will be going out, the economic kind of stimulus payments, those women will receive as well. That's important. Child care supports. And I worked heavily in this area, making sure that dollars are going to child care centers so that we can reopen those doors. But what I really want to see is more emphasis on our schools reopening as well.
Just talk to me about what you want to see our state do to help make sure that the children who are little babies today who are in school, they too see that they can do it.
I think it is really important that we show our young women, no matter again what their background may be, what their experiences may be, that they have a role and a purpose. And it is up to them to decide, what do I want to be? Do I want to be an astronaut? Do I want to be a senator? Do I want to be president? And it's possible, and we've proven that. You know, I was a young woman growing up on a very small farm in Montgomery County, learning from my own mother how to be extremely thrifty in the way I was raised. But her example was one that I carry with me today because she was a very determined woman, and she could, you know, take what little we had and make it seem like a 7-course meal, you know. So just showing me different ways of perseverance, both personally, professionally. It was really important to have that structure, the support from within the school system. Again, one of the reasons why it's so important that our children get back to school. If they don't have that support at home, that support needs to come from someone. But all of our women need to know and understand that these barriers are broken. They're not in place anymore. And you can do whatever it is you want to do. You've got to have the heart for it, you've got to have the drive, you've got to know that it's not going to be easy. But persistence pays off, and you can do it.
What's the #1 challenge you've faced to get to where you are today?
There are so many challenges, Sabrina, especially when you question yourself. And I think that is maybe the biggest obstacle that women, myself included, will have is, am I the right person? I think we question ourselves more than others will. Don't question yourself. If you have a passion in life, you should be following that passion. There are always going to be naysayers out there, but don't let one of those naysayers be you.
We have more from Senator Ernst on our website, including our discussion on domestic abuse, her fight to help victims who are suffering. Again, that is at weareiowa.com. We'll be right back.